and 5 at another going, yeah, we're going to do it. And we don't see how it's come to fruition. And for us, there's got to be some type of paper trail that we're missing. So that's all I wanted to say.
If I could ask a somewhat related question. Looking at you standing there with your phone, have you been taping this proceeding?
Absolutely.
Okay, so great. I have a question. I certainly understand an open meeting, but I've recently attended public meetings in other venues, and the view was attending is okay, but to tape and then to use that is a different issue.
Well, you don't have a policy adopted on that. Technically, under the Florida statutes, that could be considered a criminal offense if you don't have permission from every person public. Having said that, every person here is in a public meeting and has a limited expectation of privacy. So it's a gray area to me. But yes, he has been taping it. He's got a tape recorder there. We tape it on a audio recorder there. So
yeah,
we can certainly adopt a policy on that. But I don't think we can stop him. But if we feel like it was done wrongfully, I think we may have recourse.
and I guess what I would question would be any attempts to potentially edit that and present things out of perhaps out of context. And that's why I would have a significant concern that edited sound bites could certainly give one appearance, but a full transcript could present a very different appearance, and it also gets into the venues that it's presented.
Sure.
Also, so I'm not certain that attending this meeting, as a board member, validates my appearance on somebody's personal YouTube channel without my specific permission for that.
I would agree completely with that. The other thing I would make a point of is that again, we've got a limited budget, but we have pretty limited recording devices here. We've got a handheld with a micro tape.
Yeah.
And so one question is whether or not we want to make expenditure of funds to do a better housekeeping job here at our level, at least on the audio side, of being able to have an unofficial transcript. You're getting into another level of services.
Yeah.
When you do that.
Transcripts are not
yeah. And again, I would emphasize unofficial because it's not done by a court reporter. Typically what you have is either a computer program or an employee who's typing out verbatim.
Since I was addressed, can I say something about it?
We're back to you.
Okay.
Probably the biggest problem that I've observed in the last year is misrepresentation of issues surrounding probably the most important project that this board has been involved with for the last 10 years or better. And it's always bits and pieces out of context, and it's always less than the total story. And that has been done through microphone, that's been done through news, it's been done through the press, it's been done through word of mouth, it's been done through Facebook. Like you mentioned, Mr. Chairman, constantly the biggest issues that I've watched in this county happen was misrepresentation of the facts. Plus, many times it was misrepresentation of the individuals involved, which continue to do character assassination by misrepresenting what was being done. So I'm with you on that suggestion, but I don't have an answer for it. These are our counsels. I just tell you, it's been a sore spot for this guy, and what I've seen is that it's an ugly place out there with sometimes it does not always come back very nice. So I'm with you. I just want to kind of air that out a little bit clearly, because I take it very defensively for my fellow board members that whenever something is misrepresented by the presenters, whoever that is, whatever that is, that there is light placed upon public service, distrust and other things. So I'm with you in that. I don't know the answer to you, but I'm with your thoughts and feelings on that as well.
I know the answer that I saw at a meeting, public meeting run by Federal Highways and the Washington D.C. Department of Transportation. Somebody showed up with a camera, and the answer was, "You're welcome to attend. You are not welcome to make your own private recording of this." And that came from the Washington D.C. Department of Transportation.
Well, there's been some casualties in this county because of misrepresentation of information that's been placed out into various forms. Not a pretty picture, in my opinion.
Would you like for us to consider that for action at the next meeting?
It seems like it's probably a worthwhile topic to address. But yeah, I think so.
Thank you. I think your public man wanted to say something.
I did want to add, at the bottom of each one of your minutes that have been approved, I believe there's a statement about the general public if they wish to question anything that was said at the meetings. It was up to that individual to provide a recording of the minutes on their own and not provided by the governing body. There's only one way to do that, and that's for the general public to record. If you had 10 cameras in here from the news media, or you had Channel 4 outside, you're going to tell them they can't come in and videotape. The answer to that is going to be no, because you guys are all government. You're in a public meeting, and from everything I've read, and I'm a layman, but everything I've read says I can walk into a public meeting if it's open to the public, stand in a corner, and sit there and record or videotape. And that's just me exercising my right.
Could you refer me to specifically what you read from this body with regard to that statement?
It should be at the bottom of your meeting minutes that have been approved, something about, and it's a typical disclaimer at the bottom of every meeting minutes that's posted. If anybody has anything that they would like to...
That's posted on the website, sir?
Well, it should. Anybody got a copy of the meeting minutes? I believe I've got one. It has to do with if you have anything that you want to claim is incorrect or you want to challenge.
I will tell you that it's not unusual. For example, let's use an example of say the zoning company. Like a zoning hearing where somebody's asking for like a land use change or something like
Right.
that. It's not unusual for the proponent of the change to bring a court report
Right.
to
Get a correct and
transcript
exact
that can
copy.
be utilized in court because there's not an official verbatim transcript prepared by the governing body. All that are prepared are minutes.
Right.
And so I see and have seen notices like that, but I don't believe that I've personally seen any that effectively authorized in advance individual taping or videotaping. And I've got a vignette, I'll tell you off the record that I learned this the hard way, okay? But basically, we will take this up at the next meeting. The only thing I would ask as a courtesy is that if this body would like to get a complete transcript or a copy of that tape, would you make one available at our cost?
I'll make one available to you for free. I'll email it to you.
Okay.
Not a problem. It's going to be in 2 sections because you went over an hour long. But I'll make a direct copy, put it right on my computer, and email you the file. I don't care.
I would suggest that we take that action for the time being and then come back and discuss the policy next time. And unless there's a clear answer walking in the door, if you intend to take next time, I'll direct you when we begin if we have an objection to that.
Well, I did speak with the secretary and asked her where I should stand.
Yeah, and
So
I consented to you standing there. I didn't consent to you taking per se, and I cannot consent for each individual.
Right.
Each one of these individuals are people, and they have civil rights.
Oh, I understand.
So
I
if you
understand.
violate their civil rights, they have a civil cause of action against you.
I understand.
Mr. Chairman, I move we adjourn the meeting.
Can I throw in 2 cents on that email?
No, we're going to take it up later.
Yeah.
Can you talk about council about it?
Yeah.
Any additional comments from the
Sorry,
board?
sorry.
No, that's
We're going to
fine.
take it up later. Let's take it up further.
Okay, I'd be happy to. So,
That's my recommendation.
Second.
All right.
Mr. Chairman. I move we
Discussion.
adjourn.
And we're adjourned at 5:33. Apologize for running late.
Thank you. Betty, if you'll please tell the